What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Breakpoint Breakdown. We are here for our drop preview for Wimbledon. Wimbledon is already here. It feels like just yesterday where we were doing this for Roland Garros. We did our preview, and that was our very first episode. Now we are moving on to our Wimbledon draw preview. We appreciate all of you that were here for our live preview yesterday when we talked about what we thought would happen in the draw. So thank you to all of you who have viewed that. If you haven't viewed that yet, please do so. The replay is up on our YouTube page, so go and watch that. But we are excited. It's a big tournament, Wimbledon. It's
very big tournament, yeah.
The most prestigious slam, some would say, out of all of them. I know you like to think that the Roland Garros is the best, but
yeah,
there's a debate there, I guess.
Yeah,
I think
for
Wimbledon, in my opinion, it's Wimbledon, but that's a topic for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we get into it? Is there anything else you want to add before we get into it?
Nah, man, let's get into it for sure.
Alrighty. Okay, everyone, we have the draw right here in front of us. My picks will be displaying as we go through it. But Chase, you'll be hearing Chase's picks as well.
Yeah.
But let's start. We got world number one Yannick Sinner up against his countryman Luca Nardi, and I'm assuming we're both picking Yannick here.
Yeah, both. Yeah, it's Yannick. Not even a debate.
Yeah. All right. We got Seng taking on Vukic.
Probably Vukic.
Yeah, I like Vukic too.
Yeah.
Martinez and Loafhagen. So Loafhagen is a British wild card. And Martinez is a clay quarter, so I mean it's interesting. I'm gonna
Loafhagen wild card British. Yeah, this guy's gonna pop up the crowd.
The British wild card, he's definitely played on grass before.
Oh yeah, he grew up on grass. Yeah, wild card for sure.
All right, Navone up against Shapovalov. Shapovalov's the 27th seed. I'm gonna take Shapo.
Yeah, I have Shapo here as well. I mean, he's crazy explosive. He's a grass type of player. Yeah.
Yeah. Navone more of a clay court player. Mm-hmm. Like now, this is interesting because Dimitrov's been injured recently. He's been pulling out of tournaments.
Yeah.
Nishioka isn't easy, but Dimitrov likes the grass. I'm gonna go with
I have Dimitrov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got Comasanya taking on Mute, and Mute's in the final this week in Mallorca. He's been taking out some pretty good names. I'm going with Mute.
I'm going Mute as well. Yeah. Comasanya just doesn't fit grass for me.
Yeah. All right, we got Offner taking on Medjedovic. I'm going to go with Medjedovic.
I'll go Medjedovic as well.
Okay. And then we got Monday, who's also a British qualifier or British wildcard, taking on Tommy Paul. Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Shelton here. It's
Shelton, yeah. Against the Aussie quali. Hijikata Gofan. I'm going to go Fan, yeah.
Yeah.
Kovacevic, Fucevic. Fucevic's a lucky loser, so someone must have pulled out.
Fucevic, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking Fucevic just because he has the matches under his belt at Wimbledon.
Oh yeah, the experience.
Oh, you froze again. All right, Chase froze again. Hopefully that fixes itself.
I froze. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Little bit of a sketchy connection at your house right now, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
All right. Well, we got a big time match here. Monfils and Humbert. This is a big match.
Yeah, I mean, it could go both ways for me. I mean, Humbert losing to who did he lose to again? Brooksby, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he lost to Brooksby.
Yeah, lost to Brooksby. That's really, really pretty shit from him, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know what to expect from him at Wimbledon. So like, I mean, he could lose to Monfils, he could win against Monfils. I'll take him, I guess. Because Monfils is old.
I'm taking Humbert. Look, Brooksby, I know we like to downplay Brooksby, but he's got a very good tennis IQ. I know his strokes aren't the best, but I'm telling you, he's got a pretty good IQ.
If he's smart, then yeah, he can win matches for sure.
I mean, there's a reason he's a pro, right?
That's true.
Yeah, like there's a reason he's gotten to where he is. Yeah. All right, so we're both taking Humbert there. Nakashima up against the Chineseman Bu. I'm gonna go with Nakashima.
Nakashima, yeah.
Oh, we got Shevchenko taking on Opelka. I like Opelka 100%. With that serve.
Yeah, serve. He's gonna serve all his way to the past match. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Faria, the qualifier against Sonego. I'm gonna go Sonego
Sonego.
there.
Yeah.
And then we got Musetti taking on the quali Basilashvili. I'm gonna go with Musetti. Although Musetti
Musetti,
does have
yeah.
some questions. He hasn't played
Yeah.
since RG when he got injured. So I think he'll be fine, but I think we should just put that out there.
Yeah, for sure. I think he'll come back with more of a fire to prove though for sure. I feel like he'll come back to Wimbledon with kind of more passion. 100%.
Yeah. Good memories as well with the semis
Oh
last year.
yeah, with the
So,
semi last year, yeah, that was
yeah.
huge.
All right. All right, man. Jack
Draper,
Draper, our guy Jack Draper's got a tough draw ahead of
very
him.
tough draw, but yeah,
But he's
Draper
got a good
here.
first round match. Seba Baez does not like the grass.
Baez is terrible in slams as well. Yeah, he's gonna go
Yeah,
first round
he
pretty
loves the
fast.
clay. This is going to be an easy win for Draper.
Yeah,
We got Rafael Colignon. I'm going to say up against Marin Cilic.
Chilich.
Cilic, yeah. Cilic just
Maybe
won a challenger as well. He's in form.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We got McCabe, the qualifier, taking on Marozsan. I'm going to go
Let's take
Marozsan.
Marajan. Yeah,
Yeah. And then Munar isn't easy for Bublik in the first.
yeah,
Munar did almost beat Alcaraz at Queens last week.
yeah. Munar is not an easy round, but I think Bublik's gonna just be able to pound through him in probably
Yeah,
three or
pound. Yeah,
four
exactly.
regardless. Yeah,
Bublik will use his variety against Munar. 'Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
100%. Yeah,
Alrighty. Kaboli, 22 seat here. He's got a qualifier first round. Kaboli here.
yeah. I see Kaboli winning this as well with his forehand for sure.
We got Echeverry taking on another British wild card, Pennington Jones. I'm gonna go Echeverry here. Although Pennington Jones, this is a good match for him if he wants to prove himself. Oh, we lost him again, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. Sorry, I can't control it. I have Echeverry.
Yeah.
I have Echeverry here though. I have Echeverry here.
All right. We got Giron up against Ugo Carabelli. I'm gonna go Giron.
Giron, yeah.
And then we got Gaston taking on the 15 seed Jakob Mensik.
Menzik.
Yeah, Mensik. I like Mensik here, but Gaston isn't easy.
Gaston isn't easy, but he should be a
He's a
pass.
feisty competitor, Gaston.
Yeah, he should be a pass though, man.
Yeah.
Menzik with the serve on grass, yeah.
Yeah, I like Mensik too.
Yeah.
Already. Okay. We got Demon Noor taking on Carballes
RCB.
Baena. Oh, yeah, this should be a
Diminer.
straightforward win for Demon.
Yeah, pretty
We
simple.
got Kazo the quali up against Adam Walton. This is interesting.
I'll take Kazo, the experience. I mean, I've never seen either of these guys play.
All right, I think we've picked the same one for every single one so far, so I'm taking Walton.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. We got Alice up against qualifier Holmgren. Alice has a pretty big serve. I'm gonna go Alice.
I'll go Holmgren, more experience. Sure.
Yeah, he's got the match play under his belt.
Yeah.
All right, Jumer played Alcaraz really well at Roland Garros a
He
month
did.
ago, but he's up
I'll give him
against
that.
Mahach, and we know Mahach. He's up and down with all his injuries.
Yeah, very injury prone, I was about to say.
Yeah, but look, I like him here. He's a big hitter. I'm gonna take him against
Yeah, I'll take
Jumer.
Mahat. He plays very flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we got Mickelson. He's seated 30 here, the American. He's up against Kecmanovic. This is a
Mickelson
good
here.
match, but I'm gonna
It
go
is a good
Mickelson.
match, but yeah, I'm still going Mickelson. Yeah,
Yeah, Kecmanovic, I could see him pulling off the upset though.
he could potential there. Yeah,
All right, De Jong, Eubanks.
Eubanks.
Yeah, Eubanks
Yeah,
made the quarters here in 2023. It was a Cinderella run for him.
yeah, his serve is insane too.
Yeah, I like Eubanks. All right, all British matchup here. Evans, Clark. I'm gonna take Evans.
I'm taking Evans as well. Evans has been solid.
Yeah, Evans beat Tommy Paul this week.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah, good win for Evans. He should get that win. And we
for
got
sure.
Novak Djokovic, 7-time champion here. He's going for
Novak.
number 8. He's gonna
So,
try to match Federer. We got Djokovic, Mueller. This should be Djokovic
yeah, it's
here.
not a debate. Djokovic. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
This is a big match here.
yeah,
Taylor Fritz, the 5th seed, has probably the worst matchup you could have asked for, unseeded in the first round.
for
You've
sure.
got GMP, the 6'8" big serving Frenchman. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
Then
Honestly.
my take on this is that if Fritz plays to his spot serving like he has been in his forehand, especially in Eastbourne too, from what I've seen, he's been gunning through people like it's nothing. So for me, I feel like if Pericard gets broken once, he's lost the entire set every single time. I mean, I don't think he'll get a break on Fritz. It'll be a battle of serves like it was when Fritz played Mensik in Miami all the way back and like
Yeah,
whenever they played. Yeah, I mean it was really a battle of who could solve serve. They went to like two tie breaks. So for me, I have Fritz winning this probably in three or four.
yeah. So here's what's at bay here, right? I think once they're in rally, it's no question it's
Oh
advantage
yeah,
Fritz from the ground. It's
yeah.
really all the matter here is how is Fritz going to return Pericard's serve, right? If
Hmm.
Fritz can return his serve back, there's no debate. Fritz beats him from the ground.
Hmm.
Fritz is just better off the ground.
Yeah, it'll be a matter of neutralizing his
Yeah,
serve, 100%.
he just has to neutralize the serve exactly.
Yeah.
So ultimately, even though Pericard, what he's going to be thinking is just keep serving, get to the tie breaks, put the pressure on Taylor every time. But
It's
look, I think Fritz will be able to return his serve. He's not the best returner, Fritz, but he's not a bad returner either.
oh
I
yeah.
think he'll be able to figure the serve out. So I'm going to take Fritz as well. But
Yeah, no, for yeah.
I think it could probably be 5 sets.
It could be five. For me, it's a matter of like if Fritz can just get at least like a return ball, and Pericard could even miss as well. Like it's also a matter of Pericard's consistency over time. I haven't seen him play a 5 set match, so for me, like I don't know if his serve he can still bomb 130 consistently throughout a whole match. We'll see that as well. So yeah, I think Fritz wins this.
Yeah, a match that comes to mind last year at Wimbledon. Pericard was a lucky loser, and he played a Korda in the first round. Korda withdrew, but he played Korda last year, and he beat him in 5 sets.
Mm,
So that's just something to keep in mind here, because he's taking on another American here in the first round. He's going
yeah,
to be thinking about that, but
for sure.
we've got Fritz here. All right, we got Diallo taking on Altmaier. I like Diallo here with this serve.
Yeah, I like Diallo to serve. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too much for an Altmaier to handle.
This is a pretty 50-50 matchup we got here. Arnaldi, Van de Zandschulp. We know Van de Zandschulp, he likes to upset the big players in slams. Um, what are you thinking here?
Mm, I mean, Eventually hasn't been at that upset level since he upset Rafa and Carlos. So like for me, I
And
mean,
Novak.
and Novak, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I mean, well, we'll see. I have Arnaldi winning it just because his consistency level and like play style has just been consistent throughout the entire like year. I have Arnaldi winning this probably.
Okay. I was thinking Arnaldi as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fakina 2060 against Holt.
Holt.
Holt. Oh, you're taking Holt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to explain why you're taking Holt?
Fucking's a clay merchant, bro. This guy can't play on grass.
But Fakina made the semis though this week in
But yeah, you got
esport.
the loss of Fritz in three though, bro.
Yeah.
Like he can't play. Okay, if Holt, I'm praying to God that Holt has like he takes balls in the eyes like Fritz and it plays like an American. If he plays like an American, he's winning this match.
Okay, that's a pretty big call. You're taking Holt to upset Divic Fakina.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the upset. I'm gonna go with Divic Fakina. Look,
Okay.
he's Divic Fakina. He may not be a grass court guy, but he's a solid player.
Yeah, that's true. He has a solid player role. His physicality is there. I just yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right,
Popperin.
Popperin Ferry. Yep, Popperin Dardiri Safiullin. I'm gonna take Safiullin.
Okay. Yeah.
Capriva Thompson.
Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson. And then Medvedev against Bonzi.
Medi.
All right, Medi
All
through.
right. And then we got
Cerundolo Borges.
um. I haven't really seen Borges play that much, so I'll take Cerundolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cerundolo as well. Borges did beat Rude at the French, but remember Rude was
Yeah,
injured.
was injured. Yeah.
But yeah. Look, Borges isn't easy, but I'm gonna take Cerundolo. Even though Cerundolo was in really good form to start this year, but then
Yeah,
he
he's very
lost
good.
first round at the French. So
Yeah,
that was just
that
bad.
was
Because
really,
we had him going to quarters.
yeah,
Some
that
people
was
even
a
had him in the
really bad
semis.
upset.
It was bad from Fran.
Yeah, it was terrible, but we're past
Yeah.
that, so
All right. I think he'll regroup.
for
We got
sure.
Billy Harris up against Dusan Lajovic. Lajovic, lucky loser. I'm gonna take Harris though because Harris is a Brit.
Yeah, that's true. You can play the crowd. I'll take Harris as well then.
Okay. We got two qualities going at it. Machizuki Zeppieri. I know Zeppieri is actually a lefty. He played Alcaraz, I think, first round of the French. I'm gonna go Zeppieri.
I'll go with Xavier as well.
All right, then we got
And then
McDonald against Hachinov. I'm gonna
Hachinov,
take
not a debate.
Hachinov.
Yeah, Hachinov is he's not upset prone. It's Hachinov for
Oh
sure.
yeah, Hachinov. He's very reliable at
Never
the
upset
slams as
prone.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, this
Berrettini.
is a not easy draw for Zverev. He's got Berrettini, as you can see there against
Yeah,
Majcek Matuzak. It's a tough name to pronounce. Anyway, I think we both got Berrettini, right?
yeah. Berrettini is not a debate. Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't played since Rome. Berrettini, he's been injured, so that's some just like Musetti. I think we need to mention that as well.
Hmm.
But Berrettini's got a really favorable draw. I'm looking at it like
Oh
Berrettini
yeah,
should at least play Zverev. Yeah,
yeah,
that should
yeah.
happen. I'm gonna go with Quinn over
Yeah, I'm
Searle.
going with Quinn as well.
All right, and then we got Carreño Busta against the qualifier Rodesh. I'm gonna. I think there's a stat. I remember a few years ago hearing that like Carreño Busta has never won a match at Wimbledon. It was.
Uh,
I'm gonna take Rodesh here just
I'll
because.
take I'll take PCB.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take Rodesh. All right, but this is not easy for Sasha Zverev
That
against
is not easy.
Render
Rendernesh, yeah.
Knesh because Render Knesh he's 6'6", he's got a big serve, he hits big off the ground, and we were talking
Hmm.
about it. Zverev was playing on clay this week
Yeah, he
for
just
an exhibition. That's not a
yeah.
good look.
I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he may be upset prone. I'll take him in like 3 or 4, but I mean, for Wimbledon entirely, it's bad looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Sasha as well, but yeah, it's I could see that being an upset.
Yeah.
All right, this section is stacked, dude. Look at
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
This
This
is a
is
stacked section here we got.
this is pretty
Um,
stacked.
all right, let's start. Runa against Jari. Jari hits big from the ground, but I'm gonna take Runa.
I have Bruno with his physicality. Yeah,
All right, this is a fun match for us here in America. We got
for
Tien
sure.
taking on Basav already.
Man, I want to say it's Yan because I like lefties, but like I've never seen Boss already play. Like, what's his game?
He's basically a poor man's Djokovic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if his backhand's weaker than Novak's,
his
then I'll take
backhand is
Tian.
very good, Basav already. His backhand is very good. It's his best shot,
Also,
probably.
okay, then I'll take Boss Ready then in that case, because if Tian usually plays people's backhand, so if Tian can't do that against Boss Ready, then he's screwed.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because I want Basav already to win, but I think Tien's gonna win.
Yeah,
Tien did beat Shelton. Tien's also proven himself more. We've seen him on the tour a little bit longer as well. I think he's ranked higher as well.
yeah,
It's gonna be they're both friends. It'll be a fun match to watch. But
for
ultimately, I've
sure.
just seen more of Tien and his experience, so I am gonna pick Tien. Does hurt me
Okay,
to say that, but I'll go with
okay,
Tien.
yeah.
All right, rematch here of Indian Wells first round. Chase, we've talked about this a couple times before. Fernley Fonseca. Fernley's British, and they played in the first round of Indian Wells, and Fernley had him on the ropes there.
Yeah.
But Fonseca came through in three.
I mean, for me, I mean, if Brazilians travel well, if Fonseca can play crowd and just rip balls like he does usually, I see him winning this match, to be honest with you.
Okay, I guess this is an upset. I'm gonna take Fernley.
Okay,
Yeah, you have
that's fair.
Fonseca.
Yeah, I have Fonseca, yeah.
All right. All right. Now these guys are both in finals this week. Brooksby, Grigspor. Again, this is probably going to be a close match, but I'm going to go with Talon.
I'll take Greek sports as well over Brooksby. I don't see Brooksby playing at Greek sports level consistently.
All right. All right. Really good draw here for Lehechka.
Yeah, Lechka is a nice. I'd
I
have
think,
Lechka in
I
this
mean,
match
this
as
is
well.
honestly, I know Tiafoe's the seed here, but this really should be Lehechka's section.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Take him against Delian.
Hmm.
Bellucci Crawford. I think he's also a Brit, Crawford.
I'll take Bellucci.
Yeah, I'll go Bellucci as well.
Yeah,
Ooh, this is a tough first.
Nori and RBA.
Both of these guys have made semis here in the past.
Yeah, and they both play rally ball, so it's like
Yeah, they're both grinders. That's going to be a 5-set war.
I have Nori winning because he's younger.
Okay, I'm gonna go Nori because he's gonna have the crowd.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that's a pick 'em right there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Tiafo, 12 seed against Moeller. I'm gonna pick Big
Take
Foe.
Tiafoe, yeah.
All right.
Rublev,
Rublev, yep, against Ujera.
yeah.
Bergs, Harris.
Bergs,
You're taking Bergs?
yeah.
All right, I'll take Harris. We got Manarino taking on O'Connell. This
I
is
could I could see Manarino winning this.
yeah, Manarino. I mean, his ball, especially on the
Oh
grass,
yeah, it's so
gets
flat,
through.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna take Tsitsipas against the qualifier
yes.
Roy.
I'm taking Tsitsipas as well.
Alrighty. All right, almost done here with the first round. We got Felix Auger-Aliassime against Duckworth. I'm gonna
Give me
take
FAA.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take the Canadian as well.
yeah.
Struff Misalic.
Mm, give me Struve.
All right, I'm taking Struff as well. All right, couple qualities here going at it. Tarve and Reedy.
Give me Rudy. Sure.
I've heard Reedy's name more, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go with Reedy. I think he's got a little bit more experience. And then Carlos against Fanini.
I don't know who's gonna win this one. I'm kidding. It's
oh,
Alcaraz.
oh man.
Oh my
Oh, this
gosh.
is a real pick'em, isn't it?
Wow, wow, man. Wow. No, I'm kidding. Man. I felt sad for Fognini, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
how it
it's
has to
I think
be.
it's his last Wimbledon as well. But I mean, it's a good way to go out to the world number two,
Yeah. Yeah.
five-time Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
All right, we are moving on
On to the
to the
second.
second round. We've got Yannick Sinner up against Vukic.
Yannick. What a
Yannick
debate.
Sinner here. Loaf Hagen up against Shapovalov. I'm gonna go
Give me
Denis
Chapo.
Shapovalov.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting because
Yeah,
Mute's been
this is
playing
scary.
well, and then we got Dimitrov, the 19th seed. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Mute here.
Yeah, I'm leaning Mate too, simply due to Dimitrov having not played in like tournaments since he got injured. I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be harder for him to physically adjust to that, so I'll take Mate as well.
All right. I guess we're both going with the upset here. Mute
Yeah.
to take out Dimitrov. Medjedovic versus Paul.
Give me
I'm gonna
Paul.
go Tommy Paul.
Yeah.
Shelton
Shelton.
Goffin. I'm gonna take Ben. Yep, we both got
Yeah.
Ben. I'm gonna take Umber against
I'm
Fuchik.
very, yeah.
Yeah,
Give me Opelka for this.
yeah. I was gonna say I'm thinking Opelka as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking Opelka too.
Yeah, and then Musetti against Sonega.
Yeah, Musetti.
Yeah,
It'll
not
be
an
a good
easy
match though.
match though.
Yeah, I could see it going 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good match. Those guys are
for
both
sure.
friends as well.
For sure.
All right, man. Now Jack Draper. His road to the title is getting tough now. He's got
Yeah.
the former finalist Chilich. Chilich coming back. He just won a challenger. Draper against the big serving Chilich. It's probably going to be on center court. It's going to be on one of the show courts. It's either
For
on
sure.
center or court one. He's going to have the pressure.
I mean, I have Draper winning this in 3 or 4 because I think he'll play the crowd a little bit. People are gonna get hyped up. I could see him winning in 3 or 4.
Okay, I'm going to back Jack. See what I did there? I rhymed.
Right, right. Rhyme. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I like Jack
Yeah,
anyway.
for sure,
Here
for
against
sure.
Chilich. It's not going to be easy,
It won't be easy. I think
but look,
he'll be able to adjust.
Chilich is a former finalist, but he still isn't what he was.
He's old. He's old. I mean,
Yeah,
time is everybody's biggest enemy. I mean, I don't see Chilich physically being able to keep up with Draper in the game now. Honestly,
yeah. All
yeah.
right. We got Bublik up against Marjan.
Give me Bublik.
Yep, Bublik.
Yeah,
That sets up the blockbuster.
yeah.
Kaboli Echeverry. This is a tough one. I'm gonna
For me, I'm taking Kaboli because, dude, if that guy gets the momentum going, he's gonna slap forehands the whole match.
yeah. Kaboli's a great player, by the way.
Yeah, he's super like energized, like pumped up all the time. Yeah.
All right, Chase. We watched Giron beat
Hmm.
Casper Ruud at Indian Wells, and he's up against
Yeah.
Mensik. Look, this is not easy because Giron hits super flat off the ground. His
Hmm.
ball skids, and Mensik's got the serve.
Yeah, I could honestly, I don't think Yaron physically, like I think he's slow. I think his movement's kind of slow, which
Yeah,
is why I have Mensik being able to serve through him. But I don't think it'll be easy. I think it'll be 3 or 4. They won't be easy for Mensik, but I could see him serving through Giron.
yeah. I think this is gonna be a very close match,
It'll be
actually.
a close match, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna back Mensik with the serve.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right.
Deminor. Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go Demonar as well. Uh, ooh.
Mm.
This look. I mentioned Alice is a big server.
Yeah, Mahaj is coming off injury, so it'll be harder for his
Yeah.
reaction time as well. So,
And
I
we
mean,
know Mahach could literally retire on the spot.
any point, yeah. So, I mean, give me a Hollies, dude. Okay.
All right. I'm going Alice as well.
Eubanks versus Mickelson. That's actually kind of interesting. Hmm. You have Eubanks bombing serves, and you have Mickelson who's still kind of
Yeah, but
young to the
the
scene.
thing about Eubanks, he's got a big serve, but he's kind of a ball basher from the ground. He just tries to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Mickelson plays a consistent game that he plays. He's winning this in 3 or 4, honestly.
All right, I'm taking Mickelson,
Yeah,
and then Djokovic against Evans.
Novak, not a debate.
All right. So this is, I mean, Fritz, if he gets through Pericard, he's basically playing a carbon copy of Pericard. I think Diallo
Yeah,
is better from the ground though. I think Diallo is better. Um,
I mean, I still
but
have
this
Fritz.
is a really tough draw, honestly, for
Yeah,
Fritz.
no, I still have Fritz simply due to the spot serving and the forehand like, that I saw from Eastbourne and the high and like his highlights, like his match like gameplay and the stats that I've seen. He's playing it crazy on grass right now. So I mean, I haven't beaten Diallo.
Yeah, all right. I'm taking Fritz as well. Fritz he looks so consistent right now on the grass.
For sure.
Um, Arnaldi,
Arnaldo versus Fakino.
you took Holt, right?
Yeah, yeah. I took Holt. I have Arnaldi beating Holt. I mean, Holt. I think Holt's good enough to get through Fakina, but I don't think he'll get through Arnaldi. Arnaldi can adjust to grass. So.
All right, I'm gonna take Fakina.
Okay.
Uh, okay, we got Popperin up against the Fuelin. I'm gonna take
Popperin.
Popperin,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna take Medi against
Medi,
Thompson.
Medi against Thompson. Thompson's not that good.
All right, Cerundolo against Billy Harris. I'm gonna take
Never heard of Harris. Give me Cerundolo. I mean, we did. We just
Fran.
picked it. We just picked him random. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we picked him because he's British.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
crowd. Yeah. And then
all right,
hatching up. Not a
catching up.
debate.
Yep, against uh Quinn. Quinn's been playing. He's a young
He has
American.
been pretty
He's
nice.
been
Yeah.
balling, man. He's been
I,
balling.
I, I've seen it. It's pretty nice. I'm still gonna give the game to Berrettini though, just simply due to his slice and his forehand and his serve. I mean, the three main aspects of his game all are adjusted to grass. So I'll give me Berrettini for sure.
All right, I'm gonna take Mateo as well, but that's not easy.
It's not easy for
And
sure.
then give me Zverev against Rodesh,
Yeah,
and then
Zverev against Radesh.
you had the other guy, whoever
Yeah,
Rodesh.
regardless, Zverev still wins. Who cares?
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, so you have. I know you have Basov already against Runa. I have Runa Tien.
I have Bruna getting
Are we
through.
both picking Runa?
Yeah, we're both picking
Yeah.
Bruna. I have Bruna getting through both regardless.
Okay. You had Fonseca Greek Sport. I have Fernley Greek Sport. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm taking Fonseca over Griekspoor for the momentum shift that Fonseca
Okay.
is gonna have after the first match. Yeah, he's beating Griekspoor.
Okay. I'm gonna take Greek Sport against Fernley.
Okay,
But it's not gonna be easy because Fernley's gonna have the crowd.
for sure.
And look, Fernley, I remember played Djokovic close last year. Actually, they played at Wimbledon. They played 4 sets. So Fernley's
Okay.
a good player, but I'm gonna take Greek Sport. We got Lehechka against Bellucci. I'm gonna take
Give me
Lehechka.
Lechka. Yeah, Lechka's prototype for grass. Yeah.
Okay, dude, this is a big one here. Nori
Nori
Tiafoe.
Tiafo.
This is interesting because Big Foe. I know he plays for these kinds of moments. He plays for the slams.
Yeah, he
Big
likes
match
big
player.
moments. Yeah.
But then up against him, you have Cam Nori, who's literally he's trying to just neutralize Foe from the ground,
Yeah.
and he's gonna have the crowd.
Yeah, and I don't think Tiafo plays rally ball that well. I think he's like I've said before, I've expressed this a bunch of times. His movement's pretty ass. So I mean for me, like I'm gonna say Nori. If it goes to 4 or 5, I'm taking Nori. If Tiafo can kill him off swiftly, I'll take Tiafo in 3, but I have Nori in 4 or 5.
All right, I'm taking Cam as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Rublev. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Rublev against Harris.
And then
Manarino is not
Tsitsipas.
easy for Tsitsipas, but are you taking Tsitsipas?
Manarino isn't, but I'm gonna take Tsitsipas as well.
All right, I'm gonna take Steph as well. Felix up against Struff. Struff's a big hitter from the ground. He's got a
I
big
mean,
serve too.
Felix could have one of those problems that he always has. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll take
Felix can have
FAA.
a performances where he double faults a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still take FAA, but like, yeah, it's still up for interpretation for sure.
All right, I'll take Felix as well. And then, oh man, Chase, isn't this a real pick?
Oh yeah,
Reedy
dude.
against Alcaraz. Oh my,
Oh,
is this
very
going to be
hard
an
match.
upset?
Possibly. No, I'm kidding.
All right,
Alcaraz in three. It's not even a
all
debate,
right.
bro.
So,
This guy's
sorry for all you Reedy fans.
yeah.
We're sorry.
Alcaraz has one of the easiest draws I've ever seen on grass.
Yeah, I know. You. By the way, did you see I texted Chase. I said Alcaraz is the easiest draw ever. Just put him in the
Oh
final.
yeah, yeah, put him in final already. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it's honestly insane.
All right, let's
All
go.
right,
We are into the third round. We got Sinner up against Shapovalov.
Yannick.
Shapovalov, we know he's Shapovalov's up and down. Sinner is the complete opposite.
Yeah, his peak won't even touch Yannick's peak regardless. I have Yannick in three.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna take Sinner as well. I think Shapo could actually win a set against him
I think he can maybe win a
because he
set.
does have
Yeah,
peaks. So we'll see though. He can't sustain his level.
yeah, he can't. Yeah,
All right. Ooh,
Mute and Paul.
yeah,
I have Paul winning this due to his movement on, especially on grass too. With his
yeah,
slap, he
yeah. Tommy
slaps
moves so
forehands.
well on every surface.
Yeah, he slaps forehands. I mean, especially Mute's a lefty too. If he slaps forehands to Mute's backhand the whole match, it's eventually going to kill him. So I have Tommy Paul.
All right, I'm gonna take Tommy as well.
Paul also isn't one to get like shaken by like antics like Mute
No,
does. So yeah, I see Paul winning that. Yeah.
no, Tommy Paul. He's a very we know he's a very chill guy. He's got a great
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
He's not phased by
Yeah.
much. Yeah, I
Yeah.
am a little bit worried about Paul because he did get injured and then he did lose in the first round to Evans. So I am worried he hasn't won a match since the French Open.
I think he'll still be able to adjust to it though.
Yeah, because look, Evans is tough, but he's not the best loss to have right now.
Yeah.
Especially Evans is outside the top 150, I think, right now. But
Yeah.
look, I think Paul will be. I think he'll be more motivated.
Yeah.
He may not have been as motivated for
You
two.
know, he'll be motivated now. Yeah. For a
Right.
Grand Slam.
This
Yeah.
is a big match. It's all lefty clash.
Mm,
This is big.
I have Shelton serving through Umber to be honest. Like Umber, the thing about Umber is, bro, like he can rally, but he doesn't make any offense. You know what I mean? He doesn't generate any offense, especially with Ben, dude. Ben's gonna stuff it down like his whole like he's in like serving ball, he like drop shot, everything. I have Shelton winning this in probably three or four.
Yeah, so I think just like Big Foe, Shelton's a big match player. We've
Oh
seen it
yeah.
he at the Slims. I mean, before, I mean, Sinner was obviously the closest to beating Alcaraz at the French, but
Yeah.
Shelton pushed him to the brink.
Hmm.
It was a very good performance from Ben, and I think he just lives for these kinds of moments, the slams. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take Ben here. I think it's going to be a five setter, but I'm going to take Ben.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Ben. He made the semifinal of the Australian. Now he made the quarters, I think, of Roland Garros, right? Quarters
This year,
yeah, this year or
round
fourth
of 16 against Alcaraz.
round of 16. Okay, he made
Yeah, but
round of
he's
16.
already made two major semis, and that's something
Yeah,
like
that's
that's something
insane.
that a Jack Draper can't say yet.
Yeah, Shelton has a bright future ahead of him for sure.
All right, Opelka Musetti.
I honestly have a Pelka winning this.
Oh really?
Yeah, I have a Pelka 7-3 Musetti as well. Musetti's super like kind of like a gentle like type of player. So this is why I have like which is why I have a Pelka just being blasting through him the whole match.
Okay, so I'm gonna defer from you. I'm gonna pick Musetti, and the
Okay.
reason it being, I remember Musetti played Pericard here last year, and he was
Okay.
able to neutralize his serve, and it's
What, when he's
pretty
shipped or what? He's
chip.
shipped
Yeah,
mostly?
from
Yeah.
he has the chip,
Yeah.
and I remember seeing that, and I think it's pretty clear off the ground, Musetti hits better, and he's a
Oh yeah.
way better mover than Opelka.
Yeah. I think Opelka's gonna bring serve and volleying in though as well. If you can serve and volley and stop the chip, then I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it's a tough prediction, but I'm taking Musetti.
Okay. That's fair.
All right.
Draper and
Ooh,
Bublik.
this is this is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the
You know
one.
what? You know what?
Honestly.
Let's come back to it. And it's like let's do Kaboli Mensik first.
Okay, yeah. For
I'm
me,
gonna
I
yeah,
have
yeah, you
Mensik.
go ahead.
I
Yeah.
have Mensik serving through Kaboli as well. If Kaboli gets his momentum, I think he can put up a fight and beat Mensik. But the way Mensik plays, I mean, he doesn't get affected by crowd, doesn't get affected by anybody's momentum. He's kind of a stone cold type of guy. I see Mensik winning this.
Yeah. Do you remember when he played Mueller at the French and he was shushing the crowd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was referencing when I said cool. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was referencing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jakub Mensik as well. I like him there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
do we both have Demon against Alice?
yeah. Demon against Ali is not a debate.
And then
Novak.
Mickelson, Djokovic. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Novak.
interested to see what Mickelson can do though to offset Novak's rhythm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what tactics he comes up with for sure.
All right, we got Draper up against Bublik. It's a huge match.
For
It's
sure.
it's honestly a bracket killer because I mean you could see the winner of this match just moving on.
Split sides, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough that this match is happening in the third round. I mean, I'm thinking just back to Roland Garros when Bublik took out Draper and
Yeah.
how clay is Bublik's worst surface. And now
Yeah.
they're playing on grass and it's Bublik's best surface.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if Bublik plays the way he played against Medvedev in the Hala final, he's gonna kill Draper. I don't with the thing with Draper, bro, like his mental is gonna be off because of the match at Roland Garros, like you said, and also I don't think his game style really fits grass that well. He's trying to adjust and add like a slice and everything else to his game, but his game style doesn't fit grass the way like I want it to,
Yeah, I know.
the way I
I see what
envision
you're
it.
saying.
Yeah,
Because he has the heavy RPMs on the forehand,
yeah, he has a heavy RPM on
but
the forehand. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he doesn't have the flat backhand.
yeah, that's it's kind of contrast, but I mean,
Yeah,
for
it's
me, like I see Bublik hitting through him as well in 4 or 5.
so all right, so you're taking the upset.
But I'm taking the upset.
So for me, when I look at this match, I also think about the Brits and the pressure that can be when being Jack Draper, right? It's a
Oh
little
yeah, for
bit
sure.
different being one of the other Brits, like the British wildcards, because they've been
Yeah.
getting the chance to play. They don't have the pressure that Draper has. And we know that the British public, their pressure is just a little bit different.
Oh yeah,
The way
yeah,
and right now, Draper, he's kind of like their Andy Murray now. He's kind of filling the shoes of what
yeah.
Murray was. And
Mhm.
I haven't seen Draper yet with this kind of pressure, especially because last year he came in as I think it was the number 28 seed. Now
Yeah,
Bublik is the 28th seed. He's the fourth seed, Draper. He's supposed to make the semifinals based off the draw. He's the fourth seed.
yeah,
I haven't seen him cope with that pressure. And the way Bublik has just been playing for the past month, we've been talking about it. He's had a career month.
yeah. He's been playing carefree too, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just been going for it. And it can hurt him, but it can also, when he's on, it's very effective
When
on the
he's
grass.
on, bro. Nobody can touch this
I mean,
guy.
he has
Yeah.
the variety, right? And it's not just the brute power, right? He has off the ground. He has the
Oh yeah,
drop
he has
shot.
crazy touch on his body as well. His touch is insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with the upset. Look, Sasha Bublik's just been playing so well. I like Bublik.
Yeah. Same.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Um,
It's Fritz taking out Fakina.
yeah. But you have Arnaldi.
Yeah, Fritz is taking out Arnie
Yeah,
as well,
Fritz
regardless.
is winning against okay. Uh
Against whoever. Yeah.
Poppy Medvedev. This is look, Poppy beat Medvedev last year. Couple
Yeah, but Poppy's also like he's up
Poppy
and down.
prefers the clay.
Yeah, he prefers clay. I see Medvedev winning this in probably 4 or 5, just due to Medvedev's defensive game meshing with grass pretty well.
I like Medvedev because Medvedev, his ball just skids through on grass.
Oh
It's
yeah,
such a flat
100%.
ball. That's
Yeah.
I mean he's there's a reason he's made the semis the last 2 years at Wimbledon.
Hmm. Yeah,
I like Medi. That sets up a blockbuster fourth round. Fritz Medvedev.
that is really good.
All right, Surundel Hachinov. I'm gonna
Hachinov,
yeah, Hachinov. Yeah,
yeah,
on the grass, it's pretty
on
quick.
grass.
Hachinov.
Yeah.
All right,
Berrettini and
this
Zverev.
this is interesting now.
Yeah,
Berrettini Zverev.
pretty big upset potential. I mean, honestly have Berrettini just due to Zverev's like Zverev doesn't move that well on grass, and his backhand kind of gets neutralized because of Mussetti's slice. I think like Mussetti's gonna slice cross a lot for the whole entirety of points and just play through with his forehand against Zverev's forehand. Mussetti's gonna not Mussetti, sorry, Berrettini
I
is
was
gonna
gonna correct you first because I heard you said it a few times before.
yeah, yeah.
You got
Yeah,
it.
no, with Berrettini's slice, and if he can go forehand to forehand with Zverev, Berrettini is going to win this match for sure.
Oh yeah, forehand to forehand. It's no contest. It's Berrettini.
Yeah,
So look, honestly, the only concern here is Berrettini's health, right? If Berrettini was healthy and coming in, it's a no-brainer.
Oh
Berrettini's
yeah,
going to
it's a
be
no-brainer.
there.
He's gonna win. Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's Berrettini's health. Now, what I
yeah,
am remembering though is that 2 years ago, Berrettini and Zverev played in the third round, and Berrettini came in with basically no match play, and he took out Zverev in straight sets, and that's really coming to my mind right now. Now that I'm thinking about it,
yeah. I mean,
so I'm gonna pick Berrettini, but
he's the exact opposite player that Zverev would not want to face. Yeah,
yeah, it's tough because it's like, oh well, Berrettini, like if he's not healthy, he could lose this pretty easily, but if he's healthy, he probably wins it pretty easily.
yeah,
It's a tough one.
for
Um,
sure, for sure.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna pick
Yeah,
Berrettini as well.
yeah,
Okay, this is, I mean, all of these matches are just, they're all 50-50s now.
yeah. Um,
Runa
for
Grigspor.
me, Runa Greeksport, I have Runa simply due to like we said, Runa has on and off days. I feel like Runa's gonna be on for most of this tournament, the way I see it. Because I mean, he needs something big. He hasn't had something big in a while.
Yeah, he
I
hasn't
feel
done
like
anything after
yeah,
Barcelona.
yeah. It's eventually it's something big is gonna happen. So I feel like it's something big is gonna happen in this tournament. I have him beating Greeksport most likely.
Ooh, is Runa gonna beat Alcaraz in the quarters?
No way.
Okay, you said something big is gonna happen for Runa.
Well,
That's why.
yeah, but like I thought like a little like a small deep run, like a little bit run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm taking the upset. Give me Grigspor.
Okay.
Yeah. But Grigspor's got a huge serve, big ground strokes. I think he can. Honestly, I think he'll just hit through Runa. You said you think
Yeah.
Runa's gonna be on because we know he has peaks. I think if
Yeah.
he's not on, Grigspor is
He's
gonna
not going to
take
get pounded
advantage.
the whole match. If he's not on, he's going to get shit on. But
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
mean Grigspor's in a final as well. I like
Yeah,
Dustin.
Greeksport is good on grass. Yeah.
All right, Lehechka Nori.
I see Lechka hitting through Nori, honestly. With the way he's played against Alcaraz too, if he can like reach near that level again, the slice and everything else, he had the variety in his game that he has in his serve too. I see him hitting through Nori in probably three or four.
Lehechka's lost a couple times to Nori this year. Um, but we watched them, or we didn't watch, but Lehechka made the final of Queens. He loves the grass.
Hmm.
I said it in a few episodes ago. He himself said that he thinks his game is made for the grass.
No, I mean it is. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I we keep mentioning Nori's gonna have the crowd. He's gonna have the crowd, but eventually, when he comes up against uh the man that is Yuri Lehechka, I just like Lehechka's ball striking on the grass.
Yeah. Same here for sure.
All right, let's get to that one last. I mean, Carlos is gonna beat FAA, right?
Yeah, it's not really a debate. Yeah.
Okay, Rublev Tsitsipas. I have no idea what this matchup looks like on grass. These guys,
Yeah.
these guys are part of the same we made a video about this, right? These guys are part of the same generation. They're part of the lost generation, right? They were supposed to be the ones that were winning slams once the big three retired, and Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz have taken their spot.
Came in. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
for me, I see Rublev targeting Tsitsipas's backhand
yeah,
simply due because it's
that's what
grass.
he's done.
Yeah, Tsitsipas has less time to set up. I mean, if Rublev serves kind of sneaky too with the slice, I mean, I have him beating Tsitsipas most likely.
Yeah, one of the things I think about when Rublev plays Tsitsipas is Rublev, his second serve has definitely gotten better, but
Oh
it
yeah,
was weak, and it's still not up to par with his peers. And Tsitsipas can do a very good job of running around his backhand and hitting forehands and being aggressive on second serve returns. If Tsitsipas can do that, honestly, I do like him. But he's also rushed on grass. That's the
oh
problem
yeah.
with
Yeah,
Tsitsipas.
that's
He's
it. It's
rushed.
a
I
timing.
mean that backhand wing, he's just absolutely rushed.
Oh yeah,
Rublev's forehand into Tsitsipas's backhand. Honestly, if Rublev dictates, it's going to be a pretty
yeah. It's gonna be
easy
hell
win
for
for
it's
him.
gonna be hell for Tsitsipas.
Look,
Yeah,
Rublev's movement on grass, I think that's why he struggled on the grass. But game wise, Rublev's game suits the
it
grass
suits
much
grass
more than
so
Tsitsipas. He's
well.
a flat hitter off
Yeah,
the ground. Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm gonna go with you as well. I'm gonna pick Rublev, but I think it's gonna be at least 4 sets.
It'll be four for sure, at least. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Round 16. It's
All
getting
right.
serious now. Sinner,
Center over Paul.
Tommy Paul. I'm gonna take Sinner.
Yeah.
All right, this is a big match here.
I have Shelton Opelka.
Yeah, I have Shelton
Yeah.
Musetti. All right, you go first.
For me, Shelton versus Opelka is going to be a matter
The
of who
serve
can,
bot match.
yeah, it's a serve ball match, who can neutralize the other serve. I think Shelton's going to have a much easier way neutralizing Opelka's serve simply due to Opelka's not having that much variety with the serve aside from flat. So I mean, I have Shelton probably winning that match in 3 or 4 simply due to Shelton having a much more varietal game in general.
All right, and then I just keep saying it. Look, I think Shelton's built for the slams. I'm picking
Yeah,
him over Musetti.
yeah, that's fair.
All right. Ooh, Bublik Mensik, big serving affair. Another one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the momentum that Bubak's gonna have from the Draper match, if he beats Draper, according to our prediction, then I have him coming into this match with like a huge like kind of like his head held high, kind of like popping in like the momentum and
He'll be
confidence is gonna be
confident.
there. Yeah, the confidence and momentum is there when he plays with confidence. I mean, he just slaps the ball across the court the whole match. So I can see him beating Mensik. If he finds a way to beat Mensik's serve, I have him beating past Mensik.
Okay. Yeah, it's they. I remember they played in Madrid, and
Yeah.
I think that was the match where Bublik went up to the umpire and was like, "Remember when tennis was easy in 2019?"
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that
Because
clip on Instagram.
Mensik absolutely obliterated him. It was under an hour. Easy win for Mensik, but that was in Madrid. It is a
Yeah, that was
fast
on
surface.
clay.
Now we're
Yeah.
on grass. Look, Bublik, the way Bublik's been playing, it's just the way he's beaten Sinner, he's beaten Medvedev, and if he does beat Draper, the confidence is just gonna be
It's gonna be
sky
teaming.
high.
Yeah, it's gonna be oozing off of him. Yeah.
I'm picking Bublik.
Yeah.
All right, Novak Demonar.
Yeah,
Look
Novak.
again. I just Djokovic just does everything better than
Yeah,
Demon.
he's not losing that match.
All right. Ooh, Fritz
Fritz and Medvedev.
Medvedev.
The way I see it, bro, it's a matter of how long Medvedev can play defense for. If he can drag Fritz off to a fifth, then he's gonna win the match. But if Fritz can kill him early off like he does with his serve, and if he can just keep Medvedev on off his feet and just keep him on defense the whole match, I mean, I have Fritz winning this. His serve spot serving recently has been insane, along with his forehand. I have Fritz winning this in probably four, realistically.
Okay. So Fritz won Stuttgart. Then he had that weird loss to Mute in
Yeah,
Queens. But now he's winning again. By the way, as we are recording this, Fritz is yet to play the final against Jensen Brooksby in Eastbourne. They're
yeah.
playing that match tomorrow. But Fritz
Mhm.
is coming in with form. He made the quarterfinals last year. Medi has also been playing well, though. He made the final of Halle. He's got confidence
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Medvedev's ball, again, it just skids through the court. I mean, Fritz definitely serves better, hits his forehand better. You could say he hits his backhand better than Medvedev. That's a toss up.
That's iffy. Yeah,
They're both very mediocre at the net.
yeah. They're both pretty ass than that.
Yeah, this is a real pick 'em.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
chose
I'm
Fritz. I mean, I have
struggling
a
with this
ranking, but
honestly. I'm gonna, sometimes with predictions, it's head versus heart.
yeah.
I'm taking my heart here. I'm picking Med. Alrighty. Did he freeze again? I think you froze again.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a matter of who's on their game that day. I mean, it's not really that much of a difference, but yeah,
Okay. Hachinov, Berrettini.
Berrettini.
Oh, you're doing Berrettini? All right. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I the way I see it, bro, like Berrettini, like you said, he's literally a prototype for grass. The forehand serve and the slice. I mean, yeah, I have Berrettini beating Khachanov.
Yeah. So here's my spiel. Berrettini, if he gets to this matchup, I trust Berrettini to beat Hachinov, but I'm skeptical of if he'll get there,
His
which is why
fitness.
which is why I'm gonna pick Hachinov because I know I trust Hachinov's fitness.
Okay,
He's one
yeah,
of the one.
Khachanov's fitness is very, 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 very good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like his fitness. He's very good. So I'm gonna pick Hachinov. Let's move on. We got Greek Sport taking on Lehechka. You've got Runa Lehechka, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go first here. I'll pick Lehechka against Greek Sport, but I think that's another pick a match where it could go either way. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I honestly don't know what to say.
Yeah, Leshko versus Runa for me, honestly, like I said before, I mean Runa's usually if he can turn up like he ideally is going to be this whole tournament, I still see Lechka being able to hit through Runa because Lechka actually has a player identity and knows what his hitting pattern is, what he's going to do in certain situations. I mean, like we said, Runa doesn't really know what to do in certain situations. He's kind of just like
Exactly.
his play style just exists. So like for me, I have Lechka beating him in probably four.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then Carlos against Rublev. We're
Yeah,
taking
Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We have reached the last eight stage. This is
All
what
right.
my quarterfinal lineup looks like. Chases will differ slightly, but we both have Sinner taking on Shelton.
I have
And
center.
yeah, I mean, you just
I
trust Sinner
mean,
more.
yeah, I mean,
He's just more consistent,
we
better on
saw a
the ground.
preview on Hardcore on at the Australian as well. Shelton can't keep up with Sinner consistently in deep rallies. He just can't do it. As much as I want him to, he can't do it. Sinner out hits him in every other category.
Yeah. Well said there.
Yeah.
Bublik Djokovic. I can't believe this is a Grand Slam quarterfinal.
Yeah, no, man.
Bublik Djokovic.
I have Djokovic winning this. I don't think it's like the Mute situation. Mute had his little antics, but it's not enough to throw Novak off. Same thing, same way I think Bublik won't be able to throw Novak off. But if he can play like how as flat as he did against Medi in the Hall of Final, he'll be able to get like a set off Novak, but he won't be able to get a whole like match off Novak. No way.
Yeah, look, again, it's interesting when we get to the latter stages of Grand Slams because now Bublik is playing guys that have been there, done that. If
Yeah.
Bublik's playing Djokovic in a third round match, I give Bublik a much higher chance to upset.
Oh yeah.
But now we're in a
100%.
Grand Slam quarterfinal. Novak's been here countless times.
Yeah, a million times. Yeah.
Yeah, Novak is by far more experienced. I think Bublik's honestly, he's going to come out. He's going to be happy with this result, making the quarterfinal. And I think he's just going to go out there and have fun. And Novak's going to be locked in because he knows the challenge that Bublik and his antics present to him. So I'm going to pick Novak. I think it'll be a four setter maybe, but I like Novak as well. And that sets up
Yeah,
a rematch of the RG semifinal.
for sure. And then
Okay, so you have Fritz Berrettini.
Rich
I have the
Berrettini,
all
yeah.
Russian matchup, Medvedev Khachanov. Do you want to go first? You have Fritz Berrettini.
Yeah. So, sorry. Okay. So the way I see it, they're both like aggressive baseline. Like they both take the ball on the rise. I think it's gonna be literally a match of who has a bigger pistol on their forehand, like and their serve too. I mean, Berrettini and Fritz are both gonna be serve plus one in the whole match. And I think Berrettini's gonna have the edge on him when it comes to backhand exchanges because of the slice that he has. I think he'll use his
Yeah.
slice to move Fritz around in the court a lot. With Fritz, and Fritz, we both know Fritz's movement sucks. If Berrettini is able to get him moving across the whole court entirely for each of these rallies and able to set up forehand to forehand rallies, I think he has a better forehand than Fritz on grass specifically, which is why I think Berrettini would probably beat Fritz in this situation as well.
Okay. Medvedev Khachanov, all Russian affair.
Yeah.
They're friends, but I think their head to head is very one sided. I think Medi has totally dominated Khachanov when they play. And I think the reason being is the fact that they're similar players. They both like to
Yeah, they
grind
played
to
a
the
similar
baseline.
game, yeah.
And Medvedev's just a little bit better at doing that. And I think that's
Hmm.
what's been the case in the recent matchups. But Medvedev isn't the same as what he was, I want to say, when they previously played.
Yeah.
But it's a Grand Slam quarterfinal. I has Khachanov made a semi? I don't think he's made a semi of a
I
Grand
don't think
Slam
he's made a
before.
semi, never know.
Yeah. Medi's made the semis the last 2 years, and he's gonna make it 3 years in a row.
Okay. That's a fair take. I like that take.
All right. Lehechka Alcaraz. This is a rematch at Queens. I think this
Yeah.
is Alcaraz's first big real test. Is Lehechka
Yeah.
with his ball striking because look, he played a very close match for about 2 sets and a half. He was in that match with Alcaraz. He had a real shot there, but Alcaraz just kind of ran away with it in the end. Do you think Lehechka can overturn the Queen's result?
No, simply due to the level that Alcaraz plays on grass being too high for really anybody on tour to consistently keep up with it. Aside from Yannick, the way I see it, I'd have Lechka maybe getting a set off of Alcaraz in the first like 2 or 3 sets. But when it comes to 4 or 5 sets, Lechka's going to be feeling that physically and he's going to be feeling it in the skill level as well. I don't think he can do it forever, like I said before. Alcaraz is the best 5 set player we've ever seen in the past like probably 20 years. So I have Alcaraz winning this if it goes to 4 or 5, and him winning this if it goes in three as well. I have Alcaraz beating Lechka in all other categories.
Okay. So, like I said recently, I said that Lehechka is going to be Carlos's first big test. I stand by that. And we know Carlos has some ups and downs, right? We've seen
Yeah,
his ups and downs
yeah,
before.
yeah.
It's best of five. Alcaraz relishes the best of five. He
Yeah.
likes having more time. I
Go
think this is
for
going
it.
to be the
Yeah.
first match where Alcaraz struggles at the beginning, and I think Lehechka is going to get out to a big lead. I could see Lehechka being up 2-1, and Carlos has to mount a comeback. I really see Lehechka presenting that kind of test. But ultimately, we know how good Carlos is at the end of these matches, at the end of these Grand Slams. He, in his way, he has this kind of clutchness, which is different from Novak's, where he just goes all out, and it
Yeah.
works for him. I like Carlos here. I honestly think it'll be a five setter, but I like Carlos.
Yeah, I like Carlos as well.
All right, we are very close to the business end now. I have Sinner Djokovic, Medvedev Alcaraz. You have
I have
Sinner Djokovic, Fritz Alcaraz.
yeah, Fritz Alcaraz, yeah.
Okay,
Well, no,
let's
I
start with.
have I have Berrettini Alcaraz, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, you pick Berrettini. Okay, let's start with the bottom one. You have Berrettini Alcaraz. You go ahead.
okay. For me, it's going to be a matter of who's a better tactician. And I feel like with Alcaraz, we'll see him using a slice and a drop shot and serving volleying a lot against Berrettini. He'll definitely, the way I see it, we saw his inside out forehand used at Roland Garros the whole time. I mean, nobody uses it that efficiently outside of Rafa. I mean, if Alcaraz is able to go backhand to backhand with Berrettini and command points through that instead of forehand to forehand, because Alcaraz beats Berrettini forehand to forehand as well. I mean, everybody knows that. But it's a matter of if Alcaraz can stop his Berrettini's slice from moving him around the court entirely and bringing him up to the net and things like that. I think if Alcaraz stuffs the net against Berrettini, especially with his backhand too, Berrettini's going to shit himself. So, I mean, for me, I see Alcaraz winning in probably four, realistically, against Berrettini.
Okay, you have
Yeah.
Carlos making a third straight final.
Mhm.
I have Medvedev Alcaraz. If this happens, it'll be the third straight year that they play in the semis. Believe it or not,
Wow.
this has been a nightmare matchup for Medvedev. He struggled mightily with Alcaraz. He struggled with Sinner too. He had Sinner's edge in the beginning, but since then Sinner's dominated him completely. Alcaraz the same, and especially on the grass with Medi's deep return position, Alcaraz's serve and volley is
Yeah.
just so sublime.
We
That's
saw it
what
at the
he can
BNP
do.
last year.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
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 And look, Alcaraz is one of the few players that can just move Medvedev around. And
Hmm.
his heavy RPMs from that forehand,
It's
it's
crazy.
just it's just too much for Medvedev. Medi, I think he's gonna try making adjustments. I think he's gonna try standing in closer. The problem with standing in closer is that his return is not as good, and Alcaraz has the body serve available to him as well.
Hmm.
So you have to factor in that as well. Honestly, I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward match for Carlos. Maybe it goes four if Medvedev can figure something out. But I like Carlos making it to a third straight final, just like you. With that, let's get to the rematch of RG. It was in the semis.
Yeah.
Sinner Novak. It was pretty straightforward at the French, honestly, for Sinner. Novak had set points in the third, but other than that, easy win, honestly, for Sinner. It's different now on the grass. I think Novak is amplified on the
Yeah.
grass. What do you think?
The way I see it, I mean, we know Sinner's spot serving is insane. Everything about him is insane. Everything else, I mean, it'll be a matter of who can play more of a clean ball strike, and if that makes sense. I mean, because we both know they play balls at the baseline. They'll take anything on the rise. It's a matter of who can get the other person off their footing faster in the rallies. Because we saw at Roland Garros, Center had Djokovic playing like behind the baseline, like 2 or 3 feet off, and just slapping forehands in a defense. And it's what Yannick does too. When he gets pulled off wide, he'll slap back cross. I mean, if Novak does that, I think Yannick's going to be able to just take that and absorb that power throughout rallies entirely. I think Yannick's going to go forehand to forehand with Novak and try to kill him off that wing as well, especially with serving wide +1. I mean, Yannick's going to get tactical. He's going to have to get tactical because the points are shorter. Novak's going to have better fitness than Roland Garros when he had to drown out points. So the way I see it, I think it'll be kind of a copy of Roland Garros where it's probably going to be three really close sets, like maybe it's probably two tiebreakers. But I still see Yannick winning in straights again.
Okay, so I think it's clear Novak will like this matchup much more on the grass than he did on the clay.
Yeah, for sure.
The key here for Novak and for this entire, I was going to say grass court season, but he just plays Wimbledon. For this entire Wimbledon for Novak is serve plus one. Novak, that's because his movement, unfortunately, it's just not what
It's
it
not
was.
there. Yeah,
Yeah. Novak's serve has improved mightily. He's going to have that with him. I think he's going to have to throw in some serve and volleys, throw Sinner off his rhythm. He's going to
for
have to do
sure.
that on the grass. But serve plus one is key for him. And he needs to do a better job returning Sinner's serve. Sinner's
Yeah.
serve, I don't know what it has been for Novak, but they played Australian Open last year. It was 4 sets. Novak didn't generate a single break point. They played in Shanghai.
Wow.
And this is the greatest returner ever we're talking about.
Wow.
They played in Shanghai, and Novak still couldn't generate a break point. Then they played at the French, and Novak, I think, broke him once the entire match on clay. So now they're going on grass, quick surface. I haven't. I'm gonna need to see
Yeah,
something from
yeah.
Novak where he can start returning center serve better and actually break him a couple times. He'll need to if he's gonna win this match. But yeah, I think you mentioned everything
Yeah.
earlier for center.
I have a question for you
Yeah,
before you keep on going. Do you think that'll lead to Novak getting a more aggressive return stance like within the baseline? Do you think he'll try to like open up with that a little bit, or what do you think about that?
I think it's worth trying for in the earlier rounds
Yeah,
when Novak knows he's going to win, right? I
yeah.
think you should test that out. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's gonna be different when he plays center.
Oh, yeah, it'll
Uh,
be different for sure, but
yeah, it is something to trial out. I don't think honestly it'll make much of a difference, but
yeah,
it is something that he should take into consideration.
something to consider. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, I'm gonna go center here. I think Novak will get a set because I mentioned the serve plus one, but I like center here in four. All right, man. It's the new two, right? It's these
The
two. They're the
rematch,
new
yeah, it's
two.
the big two.
They
Yeah,
I mean they're playing in basically every final.
yeah.
French Open, we had it. We had this matchup. Is it gonna be a different result?
I mean, there's so much to go over. I mean,
Yeah.
well, okay, let's talk about serving. In the Roland
Yes.
Garros final, their serves were both really shit. They were both their serving percentage in the Roland Garros final was both very, very bad for both of them. I feel like it won't be the case this time. I feel like it'll be a lot of serving and volleying, serve plus one, a lot of that. I mean, the way I see it, if Carlos can go forehand to forehand with Yannick again and keep that variety going, because okay, I looked at the match after, I was like breaking down what they were doing. Carlos didn't want to give Yannick any angles, and as soon as Yannick gave Carlos an angle, that's when he would strike every single time. And
Yeah.
it would be to Yannick's forehand as well, every
Can I
single
just add
time.
one thing?
Yeah.
What Carlos was doing so well wasn't his depth, it wasn't his power, it was his width. He was able
Oh
to
yeah.
get center off the court with those angles,
Yeah.
like you were
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
when Sinner would slap that forehand back, then Carlos could just generate that power down the line the whole
Yeah.
rally. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And especially, dude, with Carlos's defense, he's a better defense overall than Yannick. Like, and statistically, I believe Alcaraz wins like 45% of his points when he like goes defense to offense, where Yannick wins 38% of his points when he goes defense to offense.
Yeah, and that would make sense because Alcaraz is a
Yeah,
better
because Alcaraz,
mover.
his lateral movement and all that. Yeah. So the way I see it, dude, I don't think Carlos is gonna struggle playing defense versus Yannick. If Yannick does take balls off the rise, like we talk about, he's gonna be getting aggressive on grass because grass is faster. And I feel like Yannick spot serving too. It's gonna be a matter of it's going to be a matter of who can serve better. And honestly, serving is most likely going to dictate the whole match the way I see it because they're both very good servers. And if they don't get nervous like they did in the Roland Garros final, especially on grass, it's going to be switching around. Like the momentum's going to be changing the whole match. And if Carlos can include his drop shots too and more net play and get Yannick into those cat and mouse type of points, I feel like Carlos can succeed there as well. For the mental block about Yannick too from Roland Garros, I think he's gotten over that now. I don't think it'll affect him in the final. I
Actually, by
think
the way, did you see his coach Darren Cahill said a quote? He said that he believes that Sinner will never forget about that match,
oh
but what
yeah.
he will be able to do is learn from it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the way Yannick thinks too. He's gonna learn from
Yeah.
everything that happens. So the way I see it, he's gonna try to force Alcaraz and his game plan. From what I see, I'll go over both their game plans right now. Yannick's game plan would be to go backhand to backhand, serve to Alcaraz's backhand the whole match, and
Mhm.
keep Alcaraz on backhand defense the entire match. If you can
Yeah.
force Alcaraz to hit backhands the whole match, I'm telling you, that's been his problem forever. He has no height in his backhand. There's no like height and not that much depth either on his backhand. If you can get Carlos to just make unforced errors from his backhand the whole match, he's gonna win. And if you can keep Carlos off the net as well, if you can keep Carlos from getting an approach shot, then he'll be struggling at the baseline the whole match. And then for Alcaraz's game plan, it's forehand to forehand to forehand, not giving Sinner any angles, playing down line tennis until you can eventually get an angle that Sinner gives you to take a forehand to forehand exchange and then eventually win the point. That's Alcaraz's game plan, and serving +1 too. And everybody knows that serve +1 is insane. That's the way I see it as well. The serve +1 is going to come in huge. Serve +1 for both of them, to be honest, if they can both actually serve in their final. But
Okay.
in the end, but yeah, sorry. For me, in the end, I have Alcaraz probably winning in 4 or 5.
Okay. So when we had this match and we were predicting what was going to happen at Roland Garros, one of the things we took into consideration was what Alcaraz was able to do that no one else on the tour could do against Sinner. That was mixing up the heights and mixing up the angles. He really couldn't do that for the first
Oh
part of
yeah,
that French Open final.
yeah, no way.
That what Alcaraz, the edge that Alcaraz has against Sinner is completely taken away on the grass because the ball skids through the court. He can't mix up the heights. He can't mix up the angles on Sinner. That is taken away from Alcaraz. He has to think of a new game plan. I think what you said is a good plan for him. The other thing I want to mention is the serves because the serve is an important part of this
Oh
matchup.
yeah, 100%.
Yannick Sinner on average serves 62% of his first serves in. He's lost the last five against Alcaraz. The last five he's lost against Alcaraz, he has served under that every single time. So the key for Yannick, try to serve to his normal. I think what Yannick, and I think I know why Yannick's serve percentage goes down against Alcaraz. I think he tries to hit a bigger serve against Alcaraz because he knows Alcaraz is the only guy that he has a tough time against when being off the ground, right? He is
Oh
superior
yeah,
to everyone else other than Alcaraz off the ground.
oh yeah,
But against Alcaraz, he knows that he needs to be better off the ground. So he tries to get more free points and he goes bigger off the serve. That's why his first serve percentage has dipped. He needs to work on his first serve. The key here is the first serve percentage. I remember watching the Roland Garros final and I'm a big Sinner fan, and it was tough for us, as we like to call us Sinneristas. It was tough for us watching him serve because
yeah,
I felt like at every point I was like, "Can Yannick Sinner please just make a first serve? Can you please just
yeah,
make a first serve, Yannick? You're killing
yeah,
me here." That's what I was thinking, honestly. I need if Yannick can make a decent amount of first serves, if he can make more than 60%, honestly, he serves average around 62. If he can do that, I like Sinner here. So I mentioned off the ground, Alcaraz can't do his little angles and all that against
yeah,
Sinner. I think Sinner's going to learn from the Roland Garros final. It will certainly not be easy to close out this match for Yannick because
yeah.
whenever, and this goes for whenever he plays against Alcaraz until he beats him, he's always going to have the RG final in his mind and the fact that he couldn't close
Oh
him out
yeah,
there.
no,
The key here for Yannick will be when it gets to the closing stages and if he's winning, when he is almost there to winning, what is going on in his mind. In my opinion, I think Yannick Sinner has one of the best coaches. He has one of the best teams around him. I think they will help him. I think he needed, honestly, I think the Halle loss helped him to lose early to get more time to focus here for Wimbledon. I think Yannick is going to learn from that final. I'm going to defer from you, Chase. I am picking Sinner to beat Alcaraz.
yeah. I mean, it's really good insight. I like how you talked about the difference in surface as well. I didn't take that into account when I was talking, but something I should have really taken into account with the difference in how the ball skids and how Alcaraz can't really mix up the variety with his forehand. So it's super interesting to talk about. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
one more thing I'll mention, right, too. If Sinner on his least favorite surface
yeah,
can almost be Alcaraz on arguably Alcaraz's best surface, what
yeah,
happens when they move to a surface that favors Sinner a little bit more when it comes to speed, right? Because grass is quicker.
yeah,
Sinner likes a
yeah.
little bit of a quicker court. That's
Mhm.
something that you have to consider too, right?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, if Alcaraz can play the defense that he usually plays on grass with his lateral movement and everything else, I feel like it'll be a very good match. It'll be a very good match for sure. Yeah. All right.
All right, there you have it, everybody. That is our preview I know we like to go long here for these previews, but we like to go through the draw to help give you guys a better insight. But that was exciting. I enjoyed
Oh yeah,
that
for sure.
preview very much. We are so looking forward to Wimbledon
Yeah,
beginning.
Wimbledon's gonna be great. Yeah.
We'll be back here on Monday because we got that's when the action begins. Carlos Alcaraz will be opening up center court. It's as tradition, the defending champion always opens up center court on the first day. So we'll have the
Mhm.
bottom half actions. We'll have Alcaraz and Zverev. Those guys will be anchoring the bottom half, and then
Yeah.
Tuesdays it gets serious because you have Sinner, Draper, and Djokovic all on the top half.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm really excited for Wimbledon. Uh, I'm sure you all are as well. Do you have anything to add, Chase, before we leave?
No, I mean, thank you all for watching. We love and really appreciate your guys' support. For anything you guys want to follow, our YouTube channel is Breakpoint Breakdown One. The same thing with our Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We have a couple other platforms, but I won't name those now. We will have those in the description if you're on like a YouTube video or an Instagram or anything else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your support, and we will see you in the coming episodes in the coming weeks ahead.